It was a really interesting night. There was this guy we were going after. He was a dirtbag. He was a shadow governor. He was doing just atrocities. What he was doing, he was just executing people, and we were watching it.
From the Taliban?
Yeah, he was a Taliban commander. Our motivation level to get him was pretty high, but he was pretty elusive. We hadn't seen him in a while. So finally he popped up. The intel analysts figured it out. I'm there having my morning cup of coffee, and they're like, boom, 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 this is the guy. And I said, well, where is he? And it's like, well, he's in this village. And we'd been to that village before. Always a hornet's nest. Every time he went in there, there's going to be a firefight. And then I said, well, where is he? Which compound? And like Murphy's Law, it's the biggest compound, highest ground, most well fortified, hardest nut to crack in that whole town. I said, well, why is he here now? This guy's been gone for months. And what we found out was that the conventional coalition forces had been doing a cordon and search, which is just a big sweep. It's just sweeping through an area, patrolling to contact, waiting to get shot at, and then those must be the bad guys. It's not the greatest thing. So they were doing that for several days. Because of that, this whole town that was like a hornet's nest was just super spun up. We're not going to be sneaking in there at 3 a.m. and not have people be awake. So that was bad. I decided to cancel the mission because it was just stacking up. And the final two factors that I said, no, we're not going, because it was actually the lunar cycle and the weather. It was a big old full moon, and it was a beautiful night, though, in the cloud in the sky. So it was basically broad daylight. Right. And we knew we're going into this mess of a town. Right. So I said, hey, we're just not going to go tonight. We'll keep tracking this guy. We'll get him tomorrow. We'll get him down next week, whatever.
And how many guys are on this mission with you?
We probably went out on that with all in about 40 guys,
okay.
You know, and at about the 11th hour, this young woman, she was in her early 20s. We're all like late 30s, early 40s, bearded up, meathead, you know, intimidating looking bunch of guys, not super cuddly. And this young woman who's 15 years younger than any of us, she worked for one of the alphabet agencies here in DC. She's like, hey, you guys I think you missed something. And what we had missed, and shame on me, I had canceled the mission. The valley that we were going to, she goes, look, this valley is almost perfectly north-south running. It's really narrow with really big mountains on both sides. I know you're hung up on the moon. The moon's actually going to set about 45 minutes before first light. And she pulled it up on some computer stuff and like showed us. And basically the moon was going to set, that giant shadow was going to sweep across this valley, be pitch black for about 45 minutes. And she was dead on. We hustled. We got out there. We ended up going to the objective and getting the guy because of her weighing in, which is huge. I mentioned earlier, like say, never stop working the problem.
Right.
You know, good on her, you know, because I threw in the towel before I should have. And she was going to keep working that problem until there was 0 seconds left on the clock for tonight.